Hello, Professor. So this is my assignment number 1. So for the first question, we need to write the select statement that is from instrument table, that is returning instrument name, list price, and date added, uh, which needs to be the list price need to be greater than 500 and less than 2000, and sorted by the date added in this descending order. So let's run the first uh, query. As you can see, I'm selecting the first query and I'm executing it. Uh, so as you can see, it's returning the uh, it's taking the instrument column, which is this one, instrument name, instrument list price, which is this one, and instrument date added. This is this one. Um, so date added is here. So this is the condition where the table is coming from. So the it will show whatever the list instruments that are listed greater than 500 and less than 2000. As you can see, there are all greater than 500, and as you mentioned in the in the in the PDF, it's returning 5 row, which is here. As you can see, that's coming with the proper message. So that is it for this one, and as well as like it's a descending order. If you can see here, that's 2018, and it's going all the way to 2017 in between. So now let's run the. So in second question, we need to return the from order instrument table. We need to return item ID, item price, discount amount, quantity, price total, and uh, discount total, item total. So price total, discount total, and item total are uh, uh, made up temporary column that will be created by using as in the query. So first thing, as you can see, I'm selecting the rows that I want to show at first, which is directly coming from the tables that are already presented in the query in here. So item price, item ID, item price, and discounted amount. So let's first run the query. Okay, so these are the item ID, item price, discount amount, quantity, and these are three made up rows that we created by using as. So as you can see, so our price total is made up of item price into quantity, which is showing up here. As you can see, the item quantity is 1 and item price is 11.99. So the total price total is 11.99. So same way, and you can use comma here to give the next command. So basically select is like creating the rows, creating the columns as we needed. It's not basically adding the column directly to your table. It's not changing anything regarding to your schemas. It's just changing the view in your query output. So in here, as you can see, the discount total is basically now I actually mistakenly sorted by discount total. I'm gonna run it again. Yeah, so discount amount is created by the discount amount. Discount total is created by discount amount and quantity, which is here. As you can see, there is the quantity is 2. Quantity is 2, and that's why it's showing up. Discount amount is this one, and if we calculate this and this, If you multiply this and this, you will get to the result of this thing. Okay, the next thing is um, item quantity, item total, which is counted from this formula, item price minus discount amount into quantity. And these are all coming from the one table, like this all things coming like result of the one table, like which is order instrument. So that's why you use from to to which so from after that we use the table name, which is order instrument, and this is the condition. So because you because in the PDF it is asking us for to get the only rows where the item total is greater than only row the item total is greater than 500, which is item price minus discount amount into quantity, which is greater than 500. So we are using this condition. As you can see, all the amounts that are item total is here, that is only greater than 500. And also it is need to be order in descending order, uh, which is item total. So if you just want the ascending orders, you don't need to use this one. You just can use order by item total instead of like using this one. But since you ask for the item total in descending order, so we are just using this term DESC to just clarify that this is like descending order. So now let's come to the third question, which is by using select and now function, select statement and now function without using the from. So basically, this is like giving us like today's date and today's date. So first thing is like unformatted date, and this one is formatted date, which is the format of that date is date, month, and year with the 4 numbers. I mean, yeah, the whole year. So now we are using the now function. So now, since you wanna give the name of the column for this function, so you can use the as. So basically, it will print. Now let's just run it. So as you can see, it is printing out the today's date in unformatted, which is like year first, then month, then date, and the time of the execution, which is basically right now. And the second thing is the second row is formatted date. So as you can see, I'm using here the date formatted and now function as well as, because you want to print out the now date. So from the use of PPTs that you provided to us, this is the format that is that will be output that will give us the output like this. And since you want to give the name to that column for this one, then you will say as today formatted, and it will give the output like this: today unformatted and today formatted. Now the second question is write the select statement that joins musician table address and address table to the address table. Okay, it can be vice versa. It can be like address table to musician table or musician table to address table, since it's like inner join, so it will not gonna affect the output. So it will need to have first name, last name, line 1, city, state, zip code. So first name and last name is coming from the musician, and the line 1, city and state and zip code is coming from the address table. So basically, so we need to only return the row which has an email address of this David Goldstein @hotmail.com. So basically, we need to only have the rows with that email address. So basically, maybe musicians have a different address in the list of the musicians. So since we want to do that, so we're gonna use select musician first name, last name, and then address. So we are using here like a pointer. So since there is like two uh, tables that we are joining, so we need to use this kind of formula to get the exact output that we wanted. Okay, so musician dot first name, musician dot last name. That will specify it like where this first name and last name value is coming from. So and these are all columns, and then since we wanna, so basically address is here, since we use address here. So now where you wanna join is come from here. So inner join to the musicians. So basically from here, this part from address is joining to the musician. So basically what it will do is it will join this address and musician. So it will give the inner joins. Basically, let me run it. As you can see, so address, city, and state, zip code, and everything has here. The only returning item is here is like the same email address. The first name and last name is same because we are provided here by the we are getting this result by this email address. So if the email address is not different, then we will get the first name last name is same, but the address will be the different because it's a inner joint of address and the musician. So now let's come to the question number 5. Let's just run it first. Question it's basically similar to the question 4. The only different is here that when we are matching, like we are comparing the values. So as you can see, write statement, which is write the select statement that joins musician table and address table and returns the first name, last name, line 1, city, state, zip code. But now here is the condition. We need to return the row for the each musician, but only return the address that are billing address for the musician. Okay, I think I need to do outer join here. Let's see. Or maybe inner join. I think I will need to modify because it says each musician. Well, let's see right now. So inner join to the musician. So we need to return the row which is like, but only return the address that are billing address for the musicians. So now we are returning the address. So basically musician dot billing address is comparing with the address is like common addresses with the address ID. So it will return this kind of data. As you can see, first name, last name, city, line 1, city, state, and zip code. Now let's come to the question number 6. So in question number 6, write the statement that joins the musician, order, and order instrument and instrument tables. So the statement should return these columns: last name, first name, order date, instrument name, item price, discount amount, and quantity. And so basically it's kind of like an inner joint because in a way that, so if there is only musician ID is related to the order ID in orders table. Basically musician ID is like main ID, which which is connected to orders, because order have their own ID. So you cannot compare musician ID to order instrument ID, because those IDs are different. So the way it's connected is, so first musician is connected with the orders, which has a musician ID in it. But then orders and order instrument are connected with the orders ID, which are this one we are comparing here, and and then now there is another one which is instrument ID. Now order instruments and instrument that are connected in a way that instruments and order instruments has like common ID as instrument ID. So basically those are connected in a different way. So it's kind of like a link to musician to orders, orders to order instrument, and then instrument. And then last name, first name, there are like part of the musician table. So now let's just run this query. Okay, as you can see, it's giving me last name, first name, order, instrument name, item price, discount amount, and quantity. So now there is condition. So finally, there is a final result needs to be sorted by the last name, order date, and instrument column. So as you can see, first we applied the last name. So first, like everything needs to be exist over here. In the order there is need to be musician ID needs to be exit. That those musician only will be show up in the output. If there is no order by that musician ID number, then order will be not show up here. So order, I mean like this output, the name of the musician output will not show up here. So basically it's an inner join of the whole musician, order instrument, and orders. So basically you'll get those by so by inner joins. So as you can see, last name, first name, these are like a row that I want to see in the output. And these rows like all coming from the different things. But as we mentioned here, musician, orders, instrument. So that will take care of it. And then we are using from, so, and orders that are coming. So if we don't use order here, then it will find too. Okay, now you are just creating the inner join to musician to order, okay, creating, and by comparing musician ID, now you are doing order inner joins on order instrument for the instrument order ID and basically order ID. And now it's instrument, which is like instrument ID, comparing those to instrument ID with the order instrument basically. And since there is condition that order by last name, order date, and instrument name. So now this what will this do is sort the list by first last name. So as you can see, the all last name are in order here as A to Z. Now it will sort the list. Now first it will do this, and the second it will do is it will order by order date. I mean order by order date. So it will sort that thing, and then the instrument name, it will sort the instrument name, which are like which can be moved. So as you can see here, Wilson, right? So in first thing we already ordered by the last name, so these are together. Okay, so now as we come here, the order date, right? So order date are in order too as well as, but since it's made on the same time, but since the or instrument name is different, so that's why it's showing up here. So now let's come to the instrument name. But as you can see, instrument name is in order to A to Z order, in order of A to Z. Now let's come to question number 7. So write the select statement that returns the instrument name and list price column. So we are using, okay, one row for each that has the same list price than another instrument. Okay, so we are returning here the same, the instrument that are that contains the same list price, not not the same ID, but the list. Because if you compare ID, then it's the same. It's going to be the same ID and same price, but different ID and same price. So to do, let's just run the query number 7. Here we go. So as you can see here, it's coming up with the two rows, and it's showing the instrument name and list price 2 columns. Okay, I need to do it again. Okay, and also there is a condition that sort result by the instrument name column. So as we run here, so now for this one, this is kind of tricky because you don't have like two different tables, because you are comparing the table 1 and table 2, which are the same table basically, but they are not different. So the way to do that is specify that there are same tables, but they are different. And the way to do that is you do it here. So instrument 1, T1. So from, as you know, like from and join is like, that needs to be different, because that's how you concatenate two tables. But here, as you can see, to make it as a distinct table, you need to do it as this way, like instrument as in table 1. You can this kind of like a variable. You can put name like anything as you like. I chose to be I chose T1 and T2. So what you want? So you want to show instrument name and list price. So you use T1 as in pointer, and then point as in pointer, and then instrument name, and then list price. You can particularly use T2 too. It's not going to make different. Then if you want to use that, then you have to change it to here too. It's not going to make, and here as well, because you need to change it if you don't put it in this way. You need to change it according to the way you wanna you write it. So basically, you are here joining like two tables, joining two tables by the condition, which is this one. So basically, here you can use inner join or just a join, because the condition is like that. Because ID needs to be different, which is not equal. In MySQL, the not equal sign is this one, as well as you can use the traditional sign as well, but this is more common. So T1 dot instrument ID, which is just it's gonna pick the ID from T1 table, and then it's also gonna pick the ID from instrument table 2, which are like, it's gonna compare all the IDs with that, and then it's gonna match. It's gonna see if those list price are same or not, and then it will come up with the result. Once this process is done, this whole process is done, the program will come to here, and then once there is a list of the instrument list that are common, that have a common list price, then list will come here, and then as in the PDF, it is asking us for the sort the result by the order instrument name. So we are using here order by instrument name, which will give us this result. As you can see, the list price is same here and here, but the instrument name is different, as well as it is in order of A to Z, which is because of this order by instrument name we used in our query. Now let's come to the question number 8, which is use the union operator. So union operator is kind of unique operator, which is basically uh, uh, so the content of the different column in one row. I mean different different columns in one column. Um, there are like many different way to use union operator. Here we are using that operator basically to unionize SIP status to with the SIP date. Let's first run the query first. Okay, as you can see here, this is our query and this is our output. Okay, so and okay, in order has so this is the condition here for us to so if the SIP date column has a no not I mean if there is SIP data has a no value in it, then you uh, SIP date has a no value in it, then you want to present that SIP status as a not SIP, and if there is a value of there is a date in there, then I mean date or value is there, then you want to SIP status you want to show SIP status as a SIP, and also you need to final results need to be sorted by the order date column. Okay, so let's see here. As you can see, I am using select select statement here, select, and then this is like a SIP. So this is like a string. You can put anything here because and then what you want to do is with this SIP is you want to show it in the column of SIP status. Okay, SIP status, and these are the columns are also columns that you want to see in your output, right? So you want to see SIP status, order ID, order date. Okay, so and then these are all coming from what? It is all coming from the orders. Uh, okay, so this is all coming from the orders. Now, uh, so you want to put the status on what? So you want to put this SIP status on where only SIP date is null. It's SIP date is not null. Okay, it's not null, and here will be null. Okay, okay. So you want to do that? Let's just run it again. Okay, so you want to SIP that. So that means there is no data in SIP data, and that's why there is data on it because we are using the not null and SIP in SIP data, so that's why it's gonna show us as a SIP, and as well as in here. Okay, so once this table, so first this table will be created as our according to our need. Okay, now it will do union on which table? So the table that is creating from this query. So basically so basically we're gonna use select the same way we used here. Not shipped, we're gonna use not shipped string as SIP status. We also want to see the order ID, order date, in our columns and everything. So and these are all coming from all two are coming from orders. So basically use order in there from. So you wanna see a not SIP string for those order which has nothing in SIP date, like no value in SIP date. So you are using this condition to show that where SIP date is null, you wanna show it as a not SIP. So now this table is created also. Now what union will do is uh, this first table and second table will be concatenate. Uh, so basically, it will show up like this status that come from like this table and this upper table. And now, as you can see, the PDF is asking for the order date needs to be sorted by the output needs to be sorted by the order date. So as you can see, it's sorted by the order date. Um, it's starting from 2018 going to uh, 2018 and going, it's increasing. You can put basically descending order too if you want. Uh, so yeah, this is just we use just a order by date. So this is all for the my assignment point. Thank you for the time.